Hello, today is day 8 of me making poultry content every day in the month of December. So in the last, I think it started yesterday. Yes, between yesterday and now, I have had over 8 people tag me to a particular video on Instagram about a poultry attendant, a layer poultry attendant stealing eggs from a farm, from the farm she works. So I probably have like about 4 of my colleagues at work tagging me to that post on Instagram. When I brought out my phone to record this, I saw that my young has also tagged me on that post on Instagram. So I don't know if I can. I don't want YouTube copyright issue, so I don't want to bring the video here. So the video is about a poultry attendant that she probably wore a pullover and had eggs all over her body, and the owner of the farm they were gathering the eggs out, and I think they probably realized one crate and about 6 pieces of eggs. So that brings me to one of the questions I was asked about videos I can make. So if you've not seen that my video about me documenting poultry content every day in the month of December, you should probably check it out and maybe drop your own video suggestion. So I have this comment that says I know you recently had staffing issues. What should you look for in a potential farm worker when hiring? How do you pay them? Is it weekly, bi-monthly, or monthly, and why? Do they need to have any knowledge of poultry farming? How do you treat the good ones? Which incentive do you give? And how often should you or not give incentive? Do any of your staff sleep on the farm? How many workers do you need and their roles? Do they work every day? If not, how many days off? You can add anything else regarding how to staff. So you see, staffing in poultry farming is actually such is not like a huge challenge, but then considering the level of investment we have here, we have to be very, very careful with staffing. But even aside that, even with you being careful and all, there's still, you really cannot trust these people. It's something I say a whole lot of time. And yeah, considering this staffing issue I had, like a few weeks back, I had to lay off some staff who were stealing from me. So the person who was like the chief culprit is actually my most hardworking staff. So the fact that a staff is hardworking does not remove them from being thieves. So what should I look for in a potential farm worker? I don't think there's anything to look for in a potential farm worker, because layer poultry farming, what I do is not a is their role as farm attendant is not something that is technical. It doesn't need any experience. It doesn't need any qualification. It's a dropout from secondary school might do it. Anybody, you don't even have to have any level of education to be able to be a farm attendant. Yes, you don't need any level of education, because what you're coming to do is just feed the birds, pick eggs, and you just have to see people doing it for 2 days and you'll be able to pick up or catch up, whichever whichever one works. So there's really nothing. So what do you look out for me right now? I don't think I want any staff who is I think anyone is even I think any staff is fine. There's really nothing to look out for in them. I think the only thing will probably just be that you probably just ask for maybe discernment, like, okay, does this person look like a good person? I think that's all. Then how do I pay them? Okay, we pay them monthly, and that's because the system in Nigeria, we literally do monthly salaries. Yes, that's why we pay them monthly. Then how do we pay? We pay by cash or by transfers. That's how we pay them. But most of them do not have bank accounts, and the ones who have bank accounts would not want to even get their monies in their bank account, because this community, we don't have any bank close by here. The bank is a distance, maybe about 3 kilometers, and they probably have to take bike of like 500 naira there, then 500 naira back. Nobody wants to take 1,000 naira out of their salary, so I mostly give them cash. Then there's somebody I use transfer to pay for. So that's how we pay. Then Do they need to have any knowledge of poultry farming? So for your poultry attendant, for your farm attendant that are going to feed and pick eggs, they don't need to have any poultry experience. I think even if they have poultry experience, they are probably more, they will be faster to know the tricks to steal from you and all that. So the only person who probably should have any experience will probably be your manager, or maybe any supervisory level. I think it's just your manager, and that's the reason for that is so that they are able to quickly understand what is happening. Maybe there's going to be an issue, maybe disease. Their experience is going to be needed in that aspect. But if it's just the attendants, they don't need any experience. So how do I treat the good ones? The good ones, well, what I do at my farm is all the attendants, I try to ensure that, tell them that there's no oga among them, there's no boss among them, there's no leader among them. All of you are doing your work, feed your birds, pick your eggs, and do your job. So there's really no boss or anything. So what we do is that maybe once in 3 months, once in 2 months, we just buy stuff for them. It could be rice, it could be noodles, it could be spaghetti, it could be, yeah, I think those are the things. Then when is school, so these are some of the incentive. So when is school resumption in September, because of course most of them are parents, mothers, they're all okay. As you know, I have just females working for me, females working at my farm. The people who are male are the security person and the sanitary person. So by September, we just give them money, because at first it will be like, oh, should we buy books, exercise books for their kids or stationaries? But then somebody that has 2 kids and somebody that has 5 kids, how do you balance it? So we just give them money to buy whatever it is for their kids. And at the end of the year, of course, we give them gifts also, maybe fabrics and money, cash gifts. Yeah. So that's what we do. Have you subscribed on my channel? If you have not subscribed, now is the time to do so. Please subscribe, please like, please share, please comment, and let's get back to the video. Then okay, so one thing I do is that there's, before I let go of those staff that I sacked, there's one of them that usually resume early. By 6:30, 6:35, the woman has resumed. So I give her something and I tell the others, it's because this woman resumes early. She resumes early. She feeds her birds. Well, maybe that's the opportunity she used in stealing her own eggs. I don't know, but she actually resumes very, very early. And the other person that I said is very hardworking, who is like the chief thief, I give her incentive also, like, okay. And of course, she uses a smartphone, so she's able to reach me, like probably I'm out of the country or something. She's able to reach me on WhatsApp. I'm able to send her pictures. Okay, do this, use this medication. So sometimes I buy data on her phone. Yeah, so those are probably some of the incentives. So how many workers do you need and their roles? So one thing I say is that in a layer poultry farm, for instance, one farmer can conveniently attend to 1,000 birds. So for me and my farm, I have 5 rows. 2 rows in one pen, 3 rows in another pen. So I have one farm attendant attending to 1 row, and 1 row. On some rows we have 13 kgs, on some rows we have 12 kgs, and they are like a little, yeah, there are over 1,000 birds on each row. So one attendant attend to each row. So do they work every day? So when we started this farm, right, the other farms around here, they said their workers work every day, and on Sunday they come to feed on Sunday, then they go to church and come back around 12, but they come there every day. But then my husband wasn't comfortable with it. He said it was too much work. So what we did was that when we started, we had just 2 staff because of the number of birds we had at the time. So we had to create the space for off days. During the week, one of them would be out of the farm, then one person would do the whole work. And I think after that, a whole lot of farms around us started doing that also, giving their staff off days. So what we do at my farm now, like I said, we have 5 of them working. So there are days when all of them have to be present on the farm. Like any day I have to come to the farm. Like today now, I am at the farm, so everybody has to be present, because yeah, I probably have to pass instruction, then they have to bring out eggs for me, I have to ask questions, so everybody has to be present. But on other days when I am not at the farm, one person would have to be off. So if there are 5 of them, one person just has to be off. Then the others, they will do the they will do the job of that person who is off, because of course when other people are off, they will also feed their birds, pick their eggs and all that. So, and on Sunday, like I said, the other farms around us here, they say that, oh, Sunday you they come to feed in the morning and leave the farm. I don't want anybody to leave my farm at any time. So somebody has to be on the farm on Sundays. Somebody has to be around. Even if some of them have to go to church, they all don't have to be around. But so what I do is that if you stayed this Sunday morning, while the others left, next week another person stays. So there are 5 of them. So maybe in like 5 weeks, you would have to stay one Sunday. But of course, once you stay, you're probably there till around 1 p.m. Once the others resume, you leave. Yeah, that's the way we do it at my farm. So so how many off days? I think I've answered that. And that's about staffing. Then of course, about staff who would still see this staff, there's really nothing you can do. Somebody that has teeth in their eyes, yeah, tó bá ti lólè lójú, ó ti lólè lójú náà nìyẹn. And these people, they don't even care about your efforts. I'll buy the birds, I'll feed the birds, I'll medicate the birds, I'll do everything, and yet you just want to take 1 crate of egg, 2 crates of egg every day without doing anything. And like the woman said in that video, I mean the farm owner, that's over 5,000 naira the person is taking every day. That's about 150,000 naira every month. Like, I just feel, well, I think another video I saw one guy made and said, oh, the average Nigerian is just out to steal from you if they have the opportunity, if you put the opportunity there. And of course, for someone like me, I cannot be at my farm every day. So what happens in that case? Somebody will probably say, oh, I have cameras. I have cameras at my farm. But then the issue of staffing in poultry farming is not it's not something you can remove stealing from the faces of the people, from your staff. So I just feel that maybe what I would do these days is that once I employ you for maybe about 6 months, just send you away. You don't have to do good, you don't have to do bad, just send them away. I think that's also something one can do. And so that's about it for today. Thank you for watching. If you've not subscribed at this point, please subscribe, please like, please share, please comment, please share your experience with us also. So I think I've been able to answer one of the questions asked on this my documenting poultry videos. Yeah, poultry videos, 30 poultry videos in the month of December. So thank you for watching. Till we see on another video when I talk about another question asked. Yeah, bye bye.